Hey, if you want a stronger core, I got a quick question for you. If someone said they could do 100 sit-ups in a row just like this, do you think they'd have a strong core? Most people would say yes, and that's because when they hear the word core, what they think of is these muscles right here that run vertically across the stomach, the rectus abdominis. And these muscles are responsible for flexing the spine forward like this. And that's moves like crunches or sit-ups. But what we've discovered is that just flexing and extending the spine doesn't actually strengthen the core, because your core is not just these muscles right here. In fact, if you really want a strong core that gives you functional strength to do things in daily life, you've got to train all the muscles from your hips all the way to your chest and everything in between. Now, the reason why strengthening your entire core is important is because there's this principle called core to extremity in athletic training circles. And what this means is every movement we make, literally every movement we make, if I go to pick up this pelvis right here, the first thing that happens is I fire my core. If I go to pick up my cup of coffee in the morning, the first thing that happens is not the muscles of the shoulder, the arms recruiting, it's the core stabilizing so I can pick something up and maintain good spinal alignment. Because a strong, stable core means a nice, stable spine. And that means you can bend forward, you can turn from side to side, and you won't have any risk of hurting your lower back, and it'll be a lot easier to do things like pick stuff up. But if your core isn't stable and you're flexing forward and all you do is strengthen the muscles that flex your spine forward, guess what? You don't have a stable spine, and you're gonna end up risking hurting yourself, and basically everything you do is still gonna be hard. But here's the really good news. You can strengthen literally all the muscles of your core using one movement. That's one of my favorite movements for people who are struggling with core strength and want to build it fast. And the best part is you can do this in just a few minutes. Now, why this movement is so special is because it's gonna force your body to feel like it wants to rotate and bend. But you're not gonna let it rotate and bend, because remember, the core isn't supposed to flex and extend, it's supposed to maintain rigidity while you move your limbs. And this movement right here helps you train just that. So what you're gonna do is start on a high chair like this, and make sure the back of the chair is nice and tall and nice and sturdy. We're gonna come into a plank position, and don't worry, it's not just a plank that we're doing. You're gonna have your feet right underneath your hips with your toes pointing straight forward, and your hands on the chair like this. Now, before we even begin, let's make sure your spine and your core is stable. So don't let your hips sag down like this. That's gonna put pressure on your lower back. And don't let your butt stick out like this. That's gonna put pressure on your lower back. Instead, squeeze your glutes and tuck your pelvis just like this, and keep those glutes tight the entire time. Now next, you'll notice in this position, you're probably gonna be pushing your hands forward like this, and you'll feel your shoulders and sometimes your neck muscles firing. Instead of doing this, what you wanna do is you wanna pull your hands backwards, almost like you're trying to tip the chair backwards like this. The moment you do that, you'll feel all these muscles in the armpits and the core waking up, and those are the muscles that we wanna strengthen. Now, once you have that active, what you're gonna do is slowly shift your weight to one hand, and you're gonna tap the opposite shoulder with the other hand. Then you're gonna slowly shift the weight to the other hand, and you're gonna rotate back and forth just like this. Now, my challenge for you is, can you do this slowly and in a controlled fashion without rotating your body from side to side like this as you do it for 2 whole minutes? If you can do it for 2 whole minutes, all you gotta do is flip the chair around like this, and then do it on a low chair surface instead of a high chair surface. The lower your hands are towards the ground, the harder this movement is, and the more it will strengthen your core. Now, like I said, this is one of my favorite moves for strengthening your core, but we didn't address the back side of the core, all these muscles back here, the glutes, and really the core is integrating the entire body together. So if you really want a strong core to protect your lower back, to be able to do things that you used to be able to do again, then what you really want to do is a follow-along workout routine that strengthens all the muscles of your core and the muscles around it, so that you can have the best results possible. And the good news is, that's what we do at WeShape. Build you a customized routine with the right movements and the right stretches to make your body feel amazing again, and especially help you develop a strong core. And you can try it for free for 2 whole weeks just by clicking the link below.